The views expressed on the following program do not necessarily represent those of this station or its management. It's time for Where You Live with Gene and Tony, the show that's all about owning, buying, selling, renting, and association management. If it involves a home, we'll talk about it. Here's your chance to get your homeowner questions answered. From the Natural Lawn and Landscape Studios, here's Gene and Tony.
Needed the shelter of someone's arms, and there you were. Needed someone to understand my ups and downs.
Good morning. Welcome to Where You Live with Gene and Tony. I'm Gene Sullivan.
I'm Tony Crockett. How are you?
Just fine, except for a moment ago, I had a little bit of flatlining, I guess, in my in my mind.
We had a little bit of a false start.
A little false.
Now here we go.
A little false start, but
we're up and running now.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
And so, folks, welcome to Where You Live. We're glad that you could be a part of our show today. We also want to welcome Chris Wyatt Huberty with the fastest fingers as a board op in the West. Mm-hmm. How are you, Chris?
I'm good. How about yourselves?
We're great.
Enjoying the weather, finally.
Oh, it is nice.
Yes,
this
it
is
is.
why I have a convertible, is for weather like this.
Of course. This is where we start to really get busy in property management, too, because so much work is exterior work,
Yep.
grounds care and exterior building work and parking lot work, and it really keeps us going from spring through fall.
Yeah, you're right, and we're probably a little bit behind the eight ball because usually in April you haven't had so many snow events where you could get out and actually do some spring inspections.
That's right.
In April, but.
We just heard from one of our contractors this week at our staff meeting who does asphalt repair and also does snow plowing over the winter. And he said his crew is really mad at him because he had him take those plow blades off 3 times.
3 different times.
And reinstall them because more snow came.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been kind of a crazy spring.
Yep. Well, I think spring is finally here.
Good.
Folks, we, of course, are broadcasting from the Natural Green Lawn and Landscape Studios. Remember, Natural Green is a locally owned and operated lawn and landscape care company. Their mission is to use the most environmentally sensitive products available to keep your lawn and landscape looking lush, beautiful, while still healthy for both people and pets. Give them a call, see what they can do for you. Their number 763-213-2410. We're also brought to you by Extreme Exteriors and American Family Insurance, the Kim Bennett Agency. We've got a lot to cover on today's show. We're going to be dealing with, I guess, one phrase over and over again, the preponderance of evidence.
That'll be our theme for the day.
I always try to think about something that kind of falls through each and every story, and that is it. And we've got, and a preponderance of evidence usually means that the person who's making the accusation is the person who has to show the weight of evidence that their accusation is true, because we're in a country where we believe that you're innocent until proven guilty. But we have some things that might be turning...
Contrary to that?
Yes, turning the corner on that idea a little bit. We'd be interested in finding out what you think. So let's begin without further ado with property management in the news. Property management in the news is brought to you by Home Furniture and Abbey Floor Coverings. Their showrooms are staffed with professionals who will help you choose what you need to fit both your lifestyle and budget. Whatever you need, chances are they'll have what you're looking for. Now, if you wish to avail yourself of special pricing and discounts you won't find anywhere else, all Where You Live listeners can call Customer Service Coordinator Lori Matson. Her number, 952-224-2663. That number again, 952-224-2663. Ask for your Where You Live with Gene and Tony special pricing. Our first story, Tony, is an interesting one. it's dealing with the area of FHA certification or recertification
for homeowners associations.
for homeowners.
People may not realize that a homeowners association has to be certified by the FHA before buyers can use an FHA loan to purchase there.
That's right.
Right?
And,
It's a kind of a unique thing.
And that's fine. I mean, anybody who has money that they're going to loan to someone else, they have the ability and the authority to say, here are the guidelines.
There you go. Lay down some rules about that.
Yes, that if we're going to give you money and we're going to be fair about it, here's what we want to see happen. And so that's fine that FHA has.
Well, and they would apply that in the case of buying a single-family freestanding home as well. You have that seller has to meet some minimum requirements. But for a homeowners association, I don't think they have to do this kind of certification for any other kind of lending. Almost not for any other government agency, do they?
No.
Yeah.
It is. We're talking about something specific to homeowner associations now, where as of, I think it was December 10th, 2012, that the law went into effect that said every 2 years that HOAs, you're going to have to reapply to be approved. We want you to answer some questionnaires. That we have some questions to make sure that your HOA, your community, your association is meeting these guidelines so that we feel comfortable in loaning money to people who want to buy in your property.
Sure.
Interesting enough, though, is that we have something that may be kind of turning the tables here a little bit, and this is happening in the state of Ohio. It seems that the idea of whether or not an association should be able to go through that whole process of recertification should be something that the association has the choice on whether or not they want to go through the process.
Isn't that the way it's
don't you
been
think?
in the past? It's been an option.
Yes.
It's been an option whether the HOA wanted to take the steps necessary to be certified for FHA lending, correct?
Yes, that's right.
But that changed
Yes,
on this date in 2012.
Yes. Now, a couple of the factors that are probably changed this whole equation is that after the real estate market tanked the way that it did a few years ago, and because of tightening regulations with lending and all, it appeared that FHA financing seemed to be the premier way that most people were getting homes and getting mortgages. Not all, but it was a easier process to go through.
Yeah, it always has been. Yep.
And so because of that, then FHA has come up with these additional guidelines.
Sure. One other thing.
Yes.
I thought in the past that an HOA was certified at the time it was built, wasn't it?
Yes.
It only had to be certified one time, and usually the developer took care of that, and the HOA just worked with that certification for the rest of its life.
That's right.
Now they have to re-register every 2 years, and the FHA is trying to protect their money. They're trying to protect their loans.
And the reason for that is because the changes financially that have taken place are a lot more delinquencies, people with bankruptcies, and so they foreclosures.
Yeah.
And so they're saying, look, the health of the association is really going to help determine whether or not other homeowners are going to fall underwater as well.
Yeah, that's true, because the health of the community affects the health of each individual home too.
That's right.
Yeah.
But what's interesting here is that there's an interesting turn of events, and that is in the state of Ohio, the Ohio Civil Rights Commission filed a suit against a homeowners association for failing to even try to obtain FHA recertification or certification. And they say that because you, homeowner association, did not even choose to go through this process to certify, we think that there may be a claim of discrimination.
Okay, why? How?
That is huge.
How would it be discrimination?
Well, it appears that there is a specific case of a particular woman
single
Yes.
mother.
And with a child, and she is saying that, look, the only way that I would be able to,
The only financing she could get
would be with FHA.
I see.
You aren't offering FHA. She made the claim you're discriminating against me based on family status.
In effect, she's saying you may be choosing not to recertify so that you can avoid selling to single mothers with children.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Okay.
That's a big accusation.
It's a huge accusation.
Yes, it is.
And especially since up till now, it was an option for the HOA to certify.
Yes.
Certify or not.
Yeah. And so this is a huge deal. I want us to deal with this a little bit further, but it looks like by the clock we're going to have to take a break right now. So we're going to do that. When we come back, folks, we're going to be talking about this issue. Is an association's choosing not to go through the certification process, is that automatically a black mark against them and proof that they are discriminating? We're going to cover that more after these messages.